Hey guys, let's talk a little bit about a really important communication skill that we all need to perfect. And that's getting your ideas from your mind out of your mouth coherently. Yeah, it's a struggle that a lot of us have. It's this idea when we're thinking and speaking, it creates a lot of confusion for ourselves, but also for our audiences. So, whether you're communicating in a meeting with your boss, with a customer, or in front of a larger audience, your ability to effectively and cohesively package your message in a way that someone can follow is an imperative for them wanting to take action. So, today I'm going to teach you a quick strategy for how you can get better at making your mind and mouth move in tandem. And that is through a technique that I call the word vomit. Yeah, this requires a little bit of preparation. You have to actually train your mind and your mouth long before you ever get to the moment of being put on the spot to think. And this takes a little bit of discipline. It's just like working out or training for a marathon. If you want to be able to run a 10K, you actually have to train so you can show up that day and do it. Similarly, if you want to be able to connect the dots between your brain and your mouth, and right now it's pretty muddy or convoluted, you have to train these muscles, mechanisms to work together. So, what does that training look like? The technique that I use is called the word vomit. And I've been doing this for 20 years. And it's essentially allowing you to test out that connection between brain and mind in private so you can start syncing them up together a little quicker. And it goes a little something like this. You start by asking yourself a question. If there's a topic that you want to speak on, if there is a question that you commonly get but flabber through, ask yourself the question in private. So let's say the question is, Heather, how much are your coaching services? Ugh, if I didn't practice this question, I would probably ramble for a hot moment. The price question, or let's say an audience asks a question around a particular thing that you've talked on that they want the research or the theory behind it, and you're put on the spot. If you get a little nervous, that mind's going to start turning to justify, and you're just going to word flab or talk in circles, which is also not helpful. So here's what you do. You ask yourself a question and then you answer it. Again, this is back in private. So ask yourself the question and just answer it. Do not try to make it sound pretty or eloquent or well organized. Just ramble, word vomit all over the place and just get it all out. Clean your brain and get a fresh slate. Once you have it all out, you need to ask it again. Second time, ask the same question. And through that cleanse of the first time, your words will start becoming a little bit smoother. You'll start playing with the order of how you answer it, the phrasing of how you answer it, and it'll just get a little tighter. Go for a third round. Ask yourself the same question for a third round. And this round, as you word vomit, start paying attention to the phrases that you're now using over and over again between rounds. Start paying attention to how it feels to communicate the message out loud. Is it comfortable? Is it awkward? Keep practicing and do this 3, 4, 5 times. And on the 5th time, I want you to grab a pen and write down those phrases that really sing, that sound good, those phrases that when you say them, you go, damn, girl, that sounded good. Write that down. That right there is what I call the golden fragment. It's not a sentence. It's not something that you need to write down and memorize word for word. It's just a fragment. It's 4 or maybe 3 words strung together that completely describe the thing that you're trying to say. And when you can hang on to these golden fragments, it makes it easier for you to recall what you want to say in the moment. So let's say somebody's asking me, Heather, what do you do? A few golden fragments that I use, I say something like, I help entrepreneurs structure their ideas. I help course creators deliver charismatic videos. I help professionals develop magnetic communication skills. These are phrases that when put together, they mean something to my audience, but I don't design them as full sentences, and I don't always say them the exact same way with the words around it. But the fragments, those golden fragments, are the chosen words that I put together that exemplify my thoughts, my brand, and most importantly, speak to my audience. So if you have a few questions that you get a lot or struggle with how to articulate your thoughts, you need to go through the exercise of the brain dump, the word vomit, to help you start organizing golden fragments in your mind. Because I'm a firm believer that if you can remember bullet points, you can speak effectively and more authentically and charismatically because you're not trying to memorize a script. Scripts, helpful in planning, they don't always sound very authentic in person. So don't worry about those. Just focus on the golden fragments. Okay, so this is coming back to how do you connect in real time your brain and your mind? Well, what you find is the more and more that you start using this word vomit exercise to discover the golden fragments, you'll learn that your brain automatically starts looking for golden fragments between your thinking and your mouth. So as you're thinking, you'll come up with phrases that when they come out, articulate your thoughts. And over and over and over, your training will pay off, and soon enough, you'll be ready for that 10K race. All right, word vomits, golden nuggets. Who knew I was going to bring such weirdness to the party today? But these are the skills that will help you become a more authentic and charismatic communicator so you can continue living those business goals and chasing your dreams, whatever that looks like. All right, friends, hope this was helpful for you today. If you like what you heard here, be sure to like and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. What was the weirdest phrase that you heard? And more importantly, what are you going to do next? See you later.